assholes are my enemies.
Yeah. Just like it doesn't matter what profession you pick. There's good ones and there's bad ones, and good for the good ones, and the bad ones fucking suck.
Yeah, it's just the bad ones have a gun and a badge, and that's scary. But that
or a scalpel and a fucking clipboard.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean they're all bad. I will never, ever, ever agree that I feel that way because most of the cops I know are good men and women that care.
They try to do their jobs.
Some of them have, little men complexes or little women complexes, and they get into that because they know they'll have power. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones that kneel on people's necks until they die, and we've got to stamp them out.
Yep.
No tolerance for that bullshit.
Is there not some sort of psyche valve for that shit? Whatever. That's a thing.
He's had a ton of problems.
He's had like a dozen.
I don't know how he was still on the force.
Yeah, maybe that's where we need to start. When you start getting complaints on a motherfucker, jank them off the street.
He's had like a dozen.
Yeah.
The problem with doing that is they're covered by civil service. They're covered by the Fraternal Order of Police.
They're not covered by civil service. Police officers are not civil service.
Yeah, they are.
They are not federal civil service like I am.
No,
they're civil servants. Yes, they are.
They're covered. They're unionized through the Fraternal Order of Police.
But they are also
civil servants. I've worked government forever, and he did.
I'm covered under civil service.
Maybe not the same way you are.
So what does that mean? You can fuck up and nothing happens? I mean,
you have a lot of protections.
You have a lot of protections.
Why do you think people want state government?
You know
city
how hard
jobs
it is
because
to
it's
get
hard.
a fucking government employee fired?
It's hard to get out.
It's all. Yeah. I could literally murder someone and they couldn't fire me. I could go into the VA right now and fucking snort a line and they couldn't do shit to me.
Okay.
There have been I've heard from managers of instances, not the murder thing. Well, actually, once actually that did happen.
Yikes.
Well, dude broke into dude's house and fucking hit him with a shotgun.
Oh my god!
Shot him. No, he didn't hit him. He shot him.
Isn't there a better you?
But yeah, I've and I'm not gonna say who told me this, but you know her because she's my mom.
Idiot. That was out loud.
Told me about instances where people have popped hot for drugs. They got to send them to rehab and let them right back in.
And once they fix their problem.
Okay, so has this guy had any kind of help with whatever
anger management or bullshit?
His has been assault and shit, like use of excessive force.
Have they been of anger management or anything?
And the other thing too is, if we're all police sitting here.
We're not.
And one has an issue.
I'm not.
I'm just...
Fuck the public.
Be a bad one. Damn, really? Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Ross.
I'm still high.
Are you through?
No, she probably not, but you better just go ahead.
They tend to cover for one another until it gets way out of hand.
Well, I think videotaping a motherfucker murdering someone in the street probably qualifies.
But what he's saying is,
no, I know what he's saying.
Well, Randy's having a hard time at home. He lost it a little bit, so we're going to rally around him.
And that's okay if you act, oh, fuck, he lost it a little bit, and this dude's got a black eye or a broken nose. Fine, whatever. Shit happens. I get that, and I can even understand, all right, let's try to cover this.
I don't want him to lose his job and his income.
Yeah. If he beats a motherfucker into a coma...
That's different.
That's not the same.
How many times do you give someone a fucking pass?
Yeah. For me, once. And it really depends on what the one time is.
Yeah, I mean, we got, and I think the other key of what we're going to do, when they have a history of this, that needs to stop. You don't need to get just like a million chances and then go, you can't let anybody yet.
He's had seriously like a couple of, not a couple dozen, probably a dozen.
18.
Oh, a dozen and a half. He should have been off the force after number 2.
And I think the other thing...
Like, how are you going to expect the public to respect you and respect your authority when you're over here acting like an asshole 18 goddamn times?
You want to act like a criminal, but have the authority of the law. And so I think that's one thing we have to look at changing.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is... And I hate to say it out loud because I'm tired of watching people get murdered.
Yeah, me too.
But I think the other thing we have to do is we, as people who love other people and want the best.
Is that Little Rock?
That's 6:30.
Oh my god!
Those fucking idiots don't get their asses run over.
Here's another thing. If you're going to fucking stand your ass on the highway,
get prepared to get hit.
I am not going to get fucking mad if your ass gets run over.
Nope, not even a little bit.
I don't
because
want
that's one of those things that you don't have the right to do.
Well, then they shouldn't be doing
No,
stupid
I'm
shit.
not. That's what I'm saying. They don't need to be doing this. It's not helping, and it's putting people in greater harm.
And you don't have the right to block fucking the highway
Somebody
traffic.
could die because an ambulance can't get through.
Exactly.
Well, if I had an ambulance, they should just be like,
but I think what we have to do...
If I was driving an ambulance, I'd be like, you heard my ass a mile away. You had plenty of time to fucking move.
I think what we have to do as decent people who don't judge people for things they can't control is when we see things, we have to police it. Mm-hmm. We have to police the police if that's what it takes. And I'm not saying it in an aggressive way. We've all got a video camera in our pocket everywhere we go, and I think that's the only way to peacefully stop it.
I tried to get someone to call the police at a gas station up here years ago. And the fucking lieutenant just stared at me. These guys, fucking two guys, rednecks in a truck, harassing this black guy who was just trying to get gas.
Didn't they spit at him?
Oh my god!
They spit at him and then they spit at me because I was.
Because you were trying to help him.
Who were they? I
Just
mean, were they just
random
customers or something?
I don't even. They weren't even there to get gas. They pulled off the fucking road and harassed this guy.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's what one thing we can do to help make it better. When we see it, record it. I saw a thing that said, like, you come up on a thing and you see a cop that you think is going too far, make a note. Karen the shit out of them. All right, so you are Officer Mendez, and let them see you texted to somebody so they know.
I agree with you. However, it doesn't need to stop there. If we're going to do that, which I'm totally for, it needs to go the other way too. If you see some motherfucker harassing...
Oh, absolutely.
Anybody. It doesn't matter if it's a black person harassing a white person, which happens more times than anybody wants to fucking admit, or the other way around, which also happens more times than anybody wants to admit. Videotape their face.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. When you can bear witness, and because anymore the world's so interconnected through these boxes, that if you see something wrong, videotape it, get it out there so it's not one person's word, a victim's word against.
But here's the important part, and this is more important than I can possibly put into words. You have to be equitable. If you're going to get pissed at a white person doing that to a black guy or girl or person in general, then you damn sure better be just as fucking mad and upset and protesting and shit when it's a black person doing it to a white person, because it happens all the time and nobody fucking talks about it.
Or a black person doing it to a white person.
Exactly.
And
we have to be equitable. And if we're not equitable, then the whole motherfucker falls apart. You want to. They talk about, we're protesting. They're not. They're fucking rioting. Let's be honest. But Martin Luther King Jr., greatest fucking civil rights activist in the history of the world, he was equitable. This is wrong for you, and it's wrong for me too. Or it's right for you, and it's right for me too. Malcolm X. Nobody wants to talk about Malcolm X because Malcolm X was a black conservative. And he was the same fucking way. Same thing as Martin Luther King, except he was a Muslim.
People talk about Malcolm X all the time.
Nobody wants to talk about Malcolm X in this context. Malcolm X said the same shit. Same shit as Dr. Martin Luther King, except he went by Malcolm X instead of his real name. That was kind of it. But almost everything that they said was exactly the same. If it's good for you, it's good for me. If it's bad for you, it's bad for me.
Well, but that's what equality is. Equality is...
But what I'm saying, if we're going to do this, we have to be equitable.
Absolutely.
Because when you start lopsiding it, this is wrong, but when this happens over here, we're going to justify it because he's had a hard life. Oh, the man hates him.
But I don't think
whatever
that
fucking
happens.
Excuse it is. It happens all the time.
I
mean, it really does. When you see these people talking about systemic racism, which may have been a thing in the 70s, 60s, I totally get that. It is absolutely not a thing now and hasn't been for years. But people use that term as an excuse for deadbeat fathers or excessive crime or whatever they can fucking put it to. And if they say systemic racism, you can't say anything because you're a white person. And you've seen it. I know you have, because I've seen it on my timeline this week.
Yeah, it's happened to me this week.
Yeah, I've heard it all day today. White people can't talk about this. It doesn't concern you.
I actually had somebody tell me I can't talk about it because I'm white.
And that right there, that bothered me.
You're white
don't
too.
comment on it because you're white.
And I wanted to put this out there. I saw a thing, and I called the girl out on it as soon as I fucking saw it. And I'm sure she was thrilled about that because she posted it like 2 minutes before. It was something to the general effect of, if you're white, you can't talk about, or you don't have the right to comment on
what's going on
what
in
black
their
people do in their community or something like that. And
is that community 100% black?
So I replied, this is talking about George Floyd and the riots. Here's the thing. He's an American. I'm a fucking American too. And we're both Americans. You know what? We have more in common than we don't. And it is absolutely my fucking place to comment on how that community, no matter who it's made up of, turns his fucking memory into a shit show of a dumpster fire of a riot and looting. Yeah, you're goddamn right. That's my place.
You know what? I think, and that's bothered me because they said he was such a lover of peace.
He was a peaceful guy, yeah.
And they said he had a huge heart.
Oh, did you see the thing where his girlfriend, who she's apparently white?
I've seen quotes from her, but I didn't know she was
saying
white.
that he would be appalled at
I didn't know she was white, but I've seen them say
comments. That's such a white thing to say.
I dare say she knew him better than they did.
Oh, but she's white.
But not if you ask them.
Yeah,
and so
such a white thing to say.
And so no matter what their relationship was, no matter how long it was, it's now negated because some fucking racist said, "Oh, well, you don't know because you're white." Well, she probably lived with him. She'd been with him for fucking how many years? But because you're black and she's white, then you clearly know more.
The thing I want to close with is something positive, because this has all been bothering me really bad. But there have been little bitty beacons of hope in this.
The free hugs thing, did you see that?
Mm-hmm. I like that. I think the little things like that, because it was what you said about we have more in common than we have different. I think if we look for those little bits of positivity and then maybe it helps us see those things that we have in common. I saw 2 specific incidents. They keep showing the rioters, but I wish they'd show a little more of the black gentleman who was wearing a red hat. He organized a group to start cleaning up their neighborhood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I thought, let's focus on the good he's doing and give less focus to the bad that the other people are doing.
And that's the thing.
And that's great, but it still pisses me off because now they're having to clean up these other idiots' mess.
Oh, and I totally get that.
Who don't even live there. That's not even their fucking people.
I totally get that, but at least this man is being a example of caring more about his community than, and then I saw another where when they had cops that were trying to control the looting,
where they made the line,
because the one cop got separated from his team,
and I think 4 black men, big black men, made a line and wouldn't let the protesters get to this cop, and that really touched my heart because they really put themselves out there like that. That could have turned on them quick.
Well, and I saw one. Was it I think it was in Minneapolis. Black bar owner, pub. I'm sorry, because apparently there's a difference.
What's the difference?
I don't know, but there is one.
I was just a pub. I think serves food also, and it's like more.
Well, I want to be specific because they specifically said pub.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Whatever establishment he owned, he was there protecting it from the looters. And you know who else was there? 2 other black dudes and 3 other white guys.
That's cool.
Arm in arm, protecting his shit,
his friends
in their community from these outsiders that are fucking coming in and burning shit down. Just to cause chaos.
I'd like to know who the fuck's busting in on these people.
Oh, I could tell you, but I don't want to accidentally commit suicide.
Soros.
Well, I've enjoyed being married to you.
I'm scared.
No, for real, and I know you think it's a conspiracy, but I promise it's not. What they need to do is arrest 20 or 30 of these cocksuckers, force it out of them. Who's paying them? because they're not just showing up sporadically; they're being bussed in.
I think some of them are showing up sporadically just to cause trouble.
Some of them, maybe. Most of them, no. And you find out who's fucking